Today we've got a challenge. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. On this channel we post writing tips, unboxings, book hauls, book reviews and the occasional vlog. And today I've got a challenge for you, and this is the first sentence challenge by Book Break. If you haven't seen Book Break's channel, I'll put a link below to the original version of this video. She's a great booktuber, so I highly recommend checking her channel out. But this is the first sentence challenge that she created. Essentially what we are doing is my partner has written down 10 first sentences from books on these shelves that I have read, and I have to guess which book they are from. So he's given me the sentences and an envelope with the answers in for the ones that I am ultimately going to get wrong. I saw this challenge on Book Break's page and thought it looked like so much fun, so I wanted to do my own version. So thank you, Book Break, for creating this challenge. I'm both terrified and excited to see what sentences my partner has chosen. Before we get into that challenge, don't forget, if you like what you see, to subscribe to this channel. Your continued support means a lot, so thank you guys so much. Alright, let's get into it. Quote number 1. Today is the ritual of purity. So it's religious. I want to say Small Gods by Terry Pratchett. At the same time, I feel like this might be a huge mistake. No. Oh, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. The first one is now consider the tortoise and the eagle. Of course it's the tortoise and the eagle. Come on, Robin. Oh no, I'm failing on the first one. Today is the ritual of purity. What has purity in it? Is it? Is it? Today is the ritual of purity. Of course! It's The Gilded Ones by Namina, Forna. How did I forget that? Oh! Okay, so number 1 we got wrong, but on second try we got it. It's The Gilded Ones by Namina, Forna. I believe this one was a 8 or a 9 out of 10 for me as a book. I have done a book review, so if you want to see that, the link is above and below me now. We must redeem ourselves. Number 2. There are many legends about my mother. This one, I think I have. Is it? Yes! There are many legends about my mother. Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sue Lynn Tann. This one was one of my 10 out of 10 reads this year, so I highly, highly recommend it. I have done a book review on this. The link for that is above me now. Okay, so we got 50-50. I'm ashamed of my first fall. Number 3. Chains snarled the courtyard behind the derelict cannon foundry in Applecross. Spears of chain radiating at every angle, secured into walls with rusted hooks and pins and knitted together like a mad woman's puzzle. Chains snarled. This one, I believe, could be one from years ago, but at the same time I'm worried it's not. I think it's on the other bookshelf. Yes! I got it, I got it, I got it. I'm so happy with myself. You can see by how yellow it is. I read this one so long ago, but it begins with a prologue. Chains snarled the courtyard behind the derelict cannon foundry in Applecross, spears of chain radiating at every angle, secured into walls with rusted hooks and pins and knitted together like a mad woman's puzzle. This is Scar Night by Alan Campbell. It's a 3-book series, and I haven't got a video review of this. As I say, I read this so many years ago, but we've kept a hold of it because it's one of those books I think I'm going to read again, because it was very interesting and intricate and just really amazing story. It's very interesting. I haven't read it for years, so I can't say how it copes by modern standards. As I say, I read this before I was fully writing, before I was doing this channel, but I do remember I enjoyed this. So, okay, we got 2 out of 3 so far. Okay, number 4. It took 7 years to get the letter right. I currently have absolutely no idea which book involves a letter. I'm going to look on the other shelf. Let's see. I just remembered letters. Lots and lots of letters. Again, I read this years ago. Yes! It took 7 years to get the letter right. Oh! Caraval by Stephanie Garber. Again, there is no review of this book alone, but I do have a review of the full Caraval series. The link for that is below. I read this so long ago. Letters. Number 5. Whatever Mum is saying drowned out by the grimy roar of the bus pulling away. revealing a pub called the Fox and Hounds. I'm scared. I'm actually scared. No! I failed. That's another wrong. Damn! So it is not Black Swan Green by David Mitchell. That one is wrong. Whatever Mum's saying, drowned out by the grimy roar of the bus pulling away, revealing a pub called the Fox and Hound. So it's a modern day because there's a pub and a car. I don't generally read modern day. I don't like them as much. So it's limited to who it can be. Can't be this shelf because this shelf is all fantasy. Haven't read. I thought it was here because this is the main shelf with the modern day. Wasn't them. But is it? Did I perhaps get the author but the wrong book? Please. I did. Whatever Mum's sayings, drowned out by the grimy roar of the bus pulling away, revealing a pub called the Fox and the Hounds. It's Slade House by David Mitchell. So I got the correct author. I got the wrong book. I do a review of this one. Again, I'll pop a link below this video. It was a really good read. We read it as part of our book club. My partner is a massive David Mitchell fan, so I am working my way through them. It's sort of a horror story, but made up of short stories that all link. It's very interesting, very good writing, so I did enjoy it. It's got even though it's the modern normal day world, it's got a hint of fantasy in there, so that's why I liked it. I did get the right one on the second guess, but I didn't get it right, so we'll put that Gilda ones. Okay, number 6. At first it looked like low-lying ribbons of clouds just floating there, but then the clouds would be blown a little bit to the right and next to the left. Clouds. It's someone watching the sky. Why would they be watching the sky? That is the question. That right there. Right, okay. Watching the clouds. I don't want to make more mistakes. I've done too many wrong. It doesn't feel modern to me, but that could be a very wrong judgment. Who is blowing the clouds? Oh, clouds. No. Of course. It's translated, so that's why it sounds old. At first it looked like low-lying ribbons of clouds just floating there, but then the clouds would be blown a little bit to the right and next to the left. Number 6, The Guest Cat by Takashi Hiradei. Of course! This is a translated book by a Japanese poet. Beautiful book. I have done a review in my Cat Mad book review, link is below me now. Such a beautiful and exceptionally short read. I've actually read this book twice. I'm shocked. That didn't stay in my head. That took so long to think about. The Guest Cat. Number 7. When the letter came, I was out in the fields, binding up my last sheaf of wheat, with hands that were shaking so much I could hardly tie the knot. Is it? It's the stress levels, guys. Oh my god. When the letter came, out in the fields, binding up my last sheaf of wheat with hands that were shaking so much I could hardly tie the knot. The Binding by Bridget Collins. Oh, this one is such a good read. I highly recommend. Again, I hadn't started this channel when I read this book, but I have done a review of The Betrayals, which is Bridget Collins' second novel. I put a link below to that. I absolutely adore this book. She has a habit of discussing hands. That's literally the only clue in that sentence for me is hands. Oh, I got one right. Okay, come on. Number 8. We should start back, Garrett urged as the woods began to grow dark around them. It was Jared, and why are they in the woods? Someone called Jared, and they are in the woods. Which woods? Spinning Silver is in the woods. I don't remember someone called Jared. Why would the main protagonist, why would she be in the woods? I don't want to get it wrong. Come on. Oh, what woods? What woods? Hang on. Is it? Yes! Victory! I got it. Number 8. We should start back, Garrett urged as the woods began to grow dark around them. If only it was a comma and not a full stop, because the next sentence is the wildlings are dead. George R.R.Martin, Game of Thrones, the very first book of the season. Again, I read you just after uni. Oh, this has been a tough. Right, we got another one. We're good. Right, okay. Next, Number 9. The bottom of the lake tasted like mud, salt, and regret. The characters at the lake. Maybe. I know she ends up in the lake. Yes! The bottom of the lake tasted like mud, salt, and regret. It's 6 Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. I have done a book review on this. The link is above or below me now if you haven't seen that. Again, this was another 10 out of 10 read for me. I adore this book. I couldn't put it down. It's a really easy, I'd say YA middle grade to read. Loved it, and it's gorgeous. Okay, we're doing okay. We are doing okay. Number 10. The wind howled. Lightning stabbed at the earth erratically like an inefficient assassin. Now, we have not had a Terry Pratchett yet, and an inefficient assassin is maybe something Pratchett would say? No, it's not that one. Damn it. Highly recommend though if you're going to get into Terry Pratchett and you like assassins. I love this one, but it's not that one. Damn it. Another one wrong. It really, really sounds like a Pratchett. But I've read too many Pratchett. I think we're going to have to open the letter. Oh, I am ashamed. I'm ashamed. Of course it is. The wind howled. Lightning stabbed at the earth erratically like an inefficient assassin. Weird Sisters by Terry Pratchett. This was the very first Terry Pratchett book I ever read. And of course I couldn't remember the first line. I got that it was Pratchett at least. I knew it was Pratchett. Just the wrong one. So we got 7 out of 10 right. And the other 3 I got on a second attempt. I don't think that's bad, especially considering some of these books I haven't read for years. So let's recap. So we have Today is the Ritual of Purity, which was The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna. We then had There Are Many Legends About My Mother, which was Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Su Lin Tann. We then had Chains snarled the courtyard behind the derelict cannon foundry at Applecross. Spears of chain radiating at every angle, secured into walls with rusted hooks and pins, and knitted together like a mad woman's puzzle, which was Scar Knight by Alan Campbell. We then have It Took 7 Years to Get the Letter Right, which was Caraval by Stephanie Garber. We then have Whatever Mum's Sayings, drowned out by the grimy roar of the bus pulling away, revealing a pub called the Fox and Hounds. This one I guessed the correct author, but got the wrong book at first. It is Slade House by David Mitchell. And we then got, at first it looked like low-lying ribbons of clouds just floating there, but then the clouds would be blown a little bit to the right and next to the left. This took me way too long to get, but it was The Guest Cat by Takashi Hiradei. We then have When the Letter Came, I was out in the fields, binding up my last sheaf of wheat with hands that were shaking so much I could hardly tie the knot, which was The Binding by Bridget Collins. We then had We Should Start Back, Jared urged, as the woods began to grow dark around them, which was George R.R.Martin, Game of Thrones. Then had The Bottom of the Lake Tasted Like Mud, Salt and Regret, which was 6 Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. And finally, number 10, The Wind Howled, Lightning Stabbed at the Earth erratically like an inefficient assassin. Weird Sisters by Terry Pratchett. I got the Terry Pratchett. Yes, which Discworld's book was it? My 3 incorrect were Black Swan Green by David Mitchell. I got the author for this one, but it was Slade House, not Black Swan Green. I chose Pyramids for number 10 instead of Weird Sisters due to the fact I mentioned assassin. Wrong-o, but right author. And then I completely messed up The Ritual of Purity. I got the wrong author, I got the wrong book, I got the wrong years. Obviously this would have involved a tortoise. I am ashamed. I read this one so recently. But that is it. I got 7 out of 10 right. If you want to do your own version of this challenge, please put a link below if you do make one. You just need someone to choose 10 sentences from books in your collection, and you have to guess what they are and try not to hurt them in the process. Thank you so much, Matt, for doing these. You're evil, but thank you. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did like this video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for seasons I upload. Click the little bell down below. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram or Tumblr. I post your own bookish pictures as well as my writing tips and unboxings on there. If you want to see the original video for this challenge, it is by Book Break. They are an amazing booktuber. I've put a link to their channel and their original video below this video, so check them out. It was such a good challenge. I think they did better than me. That was hard. But thank you, Book Break, again for making this. It was fantastic. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye!